And that's why Peter's eloquently stipulated in 1 Peter chapter 1, verses 14. As obedient children, not fashioning yourselves according to the former lusts in your ignorance.
Now, another reason you can't be born in sin, because that means Christ could not be the perfect sacrifice. Then that means he's had to be born after the manner of men too, right? How he's going to be the perfect sacrifice? He's already born in sin. That eliminates Christ.
Right, David meant something else.
David meant something totally different than that. So we're not saying, all we're talking about is you're not there at the early stages of this child. You don't remember everything you may have been putting in your body at that time that you shouldn't have, until somebody probably told you, hey, you shouldn't be doing this while you pregnant. Oh, I'm okay, this is the last time I'm going to quit tomorrow. We don't know that. You don't know what's altering the mind chemical of this baby. And not only that, women get mad at the daddy, he ain't there. I bet I make his son a fag. He'll come back. All of this, or the child playing with a doll. Give me that. That's Susie's doll. I want it. I want to take that damn doll. Just be quiet. I'm on the phone. Keep playing with the doll. Watch the Little Richard story.
Yeah.
He dressed up playing like the Supreme. They got him like Diana. His daddy come in. Get out of that damn dress. Them kids just playing. Leave them kids alone. He walk out the room. Then he goes still switching it with the mic like Diana Ross. It starts from early. Y'all have to understand, children start learning at 6 months old. The database is wide open. They'll watch you put something up on the shelf. The next thing you go out the room for 2 seconds, come back there like this. Trying to get up there. You can teach them to read at 6 months old. They watching you, and you have to quit being around these young boys naked when they reach a certain age. He's looking in fascination. It's time for you to start covering up in front of that young boy. He gonna want them things. You looking at how you look before you go to the club, and he looking like this, you butt naked. You have to stop it and cut it off. Get them off your lap when they reach this age. This stuff starts at that age. So when somebody else see it, he been like that since he been, no, it's because he been trained that way. These are learned behaviors. All sin is learned behavior. You're not born in transgression.
You said it once before about that John 50:25 that when he said that it said that my mother can see me, about her thought process or what her
we don't know
was doing. Yeah, but the wickedness, the way
we ain't got a clue. You know? Some of us are born in the back seat of a drive-in or can sleep. At strange places. So we have to understand that y'all lust burning. Yo, we have to understand that. This is the book of life. It deals with every facet of life. Ain't nothing new under the sun, no different technique, none of that. We are doing the same things now we was doing them back then. That's why we in the shape we in now. Ain't nothing new under the sun. We lawbreakers then, we lawbreakers now. And the main thing is we really lawbreakers because the doctrine tomorrow teach you that this is done away with. But Romans 4:15 say, well, there's no law, there's no sin. And if there's no sin, there shouldn't be nobody dying. Austin Lane ought to be out of business.
So that's why Solomon stipulated in Proverbs chapter 22, verse 6.
What he say?
Train up a child in the way he should go, and when he is old, he will not depart from it.
If you train him up this small to sit down and pee, a boy child, you're going to have some problems. Just buy some extra bleach. Because he gonna miss the toilet a couple times, and it does stink when he get up under the towel. And you be hollering, boy, you can't pee straight. Your damn daddy, if he was here, he could show you how to pee. Sit down when you pee. You keep doing them that. When the boys, all the other boys, you teenagers, y'all behind the tree peeing, writing the name, and he do this. Wait a minute. You done lost part of your man card. What you mean when you swallowed and peed outside? Well, that's how I learned. That's what Kanye West say. I grew up around my mother and grandmother. I'm not offended, but sometimes the wrist will limp up on me. All of them. They tell you, it's not saying a woman can't raise a boy child, but she has to let them know at times. Boy, turn your head. Boy, if I see you with that doll, I'm going to beat you. Turn them away from it early. Don't let them have their way.
Right.
Then you want to put it off on God.
Don't have them little jokers.
Let's get some more.
I read in the end of verse 7. For the child shall be a Nazarite to God from the womb to the day of his death.
Until he dead. From start to finish, he was never to drink wine. Never, ever. When y'all finish reading the rest of the story, we're going to move on for time's sake. Y'all see when she went and told her father. But Samson come out tripping. Soon as he got of age, first thing he did is married outside the Israelites. Saw Delilah. Give her to me. What's up, Hebrew? He was saying. Saw Delilah. And his daddy asked him, ain't there some children of Israel, some daughters of Israel more than this Danite? Every other nation's got some beauty queens too. It ain't all Israel. And he's like, no, I got to have her to wife. And he married her. First strike, it wasn't Samson's hair that got cut that made him lose his strength. Second strike, he was around dead bodies. When you read Numbers 6 chapter about the law of the Nazarite, you see he was constantly breaking the law of the Nazarite, and it just came to a point that where the haircut was the final straw. He was around dead bodies because he broke lions' necks and took honey out of them, did different things. So he's around dead bodies and corpses, broke the law of the Lord. One's supposed to do this, and Delilah plotted with them other Philistine captains. Tell us where his strength is. And it say he kept his head in her lap. Strike 3, pillow talk. That's right. Pillow talk. Head always in her lap. She would tell me where your strength comes from. You don't love me, Samson. Right. If you did, he said, okay, well, if you bind me with this kind of rope, I can't break it. She whispered to him, if you tie him up with this, I can't break it. They tie him up. And she said, Samson, they only free. He break handcuffs like they pay. She like, you lying to me again. You don't love me. You don't love me.
Every single time.
Finally, he said, if you cut the locks of my hair, the strength wasn't in the hair. The strength was in the law of the Nazarite. Don't cut your hair from the day you're born to the day you die. Your hair cannot be cut. That was the final straw. It wasn't nothing to do with his hair, because his hair grew back when he was in the dungeon. And he didn't gain no strength back to break loose. How did he get loose out of there? Well, he never got loose. He asked the Most High, give me strength one more time to do what you asked me to do and destroy the Philistines. And that's what happened. The Lord gave him strength, but he died along with them. Had to die because he tripped. Same way with Moses on the way in Exodus 4th chapter. The Lord sent an angel to kill Moses. Before he ever got to Pharaoh, he said, kill him. He was almost dead by the way of the end because Moses didn't circumcise his firstborn son like he was supposed to. But Zipporah, his Ethiopian wife, took a sharp stone, circumcised the son, and threw the foreskin at his feet. He like, oh, bloody husband. You about to die before you get to Pharaoh. Because if he'd have showed up at Pharaoh magician would have said, you come here to tell us about the law. The law is your firstborn son circumcised. What are you going to say? Moses tripped. What happened was right. Moses tripped a couple times. Let's get some more. That's why Moses didn't go to the promised land. And also sanctified himself with God. That's why he couldn't go in. Let's get some more.
Verse 8. Then Manoah entreated the Lord and said, O my Lord, let the man of God which thou didst send come again unto us, and teach us what we shall do unto the child that shall be born.
See right here, so there's instruction from the Lord. When you trust in the Lord, if you ain't had no babies, trust in the Lord. Right. If those fertility, whatever they do to do you, if it's a possibility, ask the question, how can I hurt the fetus with this? If they said there's 0 side effects, then by all means use the choice of whatever. But if they're saying it like the pills they do now, try the new natural to heal your aching back. Side effects are they got the good music playing. Side effects are runny nose, ear pounding, may break wind occasionally in public, bally shorts that no bleach will get out. Now how you gonna take this and you got this many damn side effects over here?
Don't forget.
You gonna fix one thing and break 12 of them? No. So y'all, we have to be careful, women, when you're with child, of what you put into those umbilical cords. You have to be careful, y'all. Let's read some more.
Verse 9. And God hearkened to the voice of Manoah.
What did he do?
Hearkened unto the voice of Manoah.
Right.
And the angel of God came again unto the woman as she sat in the field. But Manoah, her husband, was not with her. And the woman made haste and ran and showed her husband and said unto him, Behold, the man hath appeared unto me that came unto me the other day. And Manoah arose and went after his wife and came to the man and said unto him, Art thou the man that spakest unto the woman? And he said, I am.
Now understand what the woman did. Went and got her husband.
Yeah.
Eve didn't do. She went and got her husband and told him, this man I was telling you about. Don't stop any foolishness that's going on. Because all three parties right here together. Ain't no foolishness. Eve had a went and got Adam. Adam was in the garden, but he wasn't right there when Satan was tempting her. When Adam came back, she said, guess what I learned? How to be fruitful and multiply. So we have to understand. Let's get it.
And Manoah arose and went after his wife. No, verse 12. And Manoah said, Now let thy words come to pass. How shall we order the child? And how shall we do unto him?
See how they obeying off the top? How should we order the child? Let your words come to pass. What should we do? How we going to do this? Let's go.
And the angel of the Lord said unto Manoah, Of all that I said unto the woman, let her beware. She may not eat of anything that cometh out of vine, neither let her drink wine or strong drink, nor eat any unclean thing. All that I commanded her, let her observe.
That's right.
And Manoah said unto the angel of the Lord, I pray thee, let us detain thee until we shall have made ready a kid for thee. And the angel of the Lord said unto Manoah, Though thou detain me, I will not eat of thy bread. And if thou wilt offer a burnt offering, thou must offer it unto the Most High.
Y'all see that? Right. So we see the difference in the angels here. The angel of the Lord, he said, look, if you don't offer burnt offering, don't offer it to me. See, Abraham sat down with the Lord, and they ate. This one now, I didn't come here to dine with y'all. I didn't come here to get my lips greased. I came here to give you a message, and then I got to move on where I'm going. Let's read some more, Mary.
For Manoah knew not that he was an angel of the Lord.
Go ahead, go down a little bit more.
Verse 17. And Manoah said unto the angel of the Lord, What is thy name, that when thy sayings come to pass, we may do thee honor? And the angel of the Lord said unto him, Why askest thou thus after my name, seeing it is a secret?
So the angel ain't telling him no name because Noah want to tell people so we can do the honor. He may want to do good work, but then it may be, if this angel say any other name than Christ, the Son of God, the Messiah, then the worship going to be on this angel instead of Christ. Because you look at my wife didn't have no babies. She couldn't have no babies. When this angel came, if he'd have told my name, Zip Hopawoo, then everybody been praying for Zip Hopawoo to show up. Let's get some more.
Verse 19. So Manoah took a kid with a meat offering and offered it upon a rock unto the Lord. And the angel did wondrously, and Manoah and his wife looked on.
And whenever you see the word wondrously looking in, there's something supernatural is happening. Right. There's something taking place, and he's watching them, and they standing back like this, and the fire, the smoke is going straight up, and they looking like this. They like, woo! This on another level of supernatural. Go ahead.
For it came to pass when the flame went up toward heaven from off the altar, that the angel of the Lord ascended in the flame of the altar. And Manoah and his wife looked on it and fell on their faces to the ground. But the angel of the Lord did no more appear to Manoah and to his wife. Then Manoah knew that he was an angel of the Lord.
That he was an angel of the Lord, but not the angel of the Lord. And see, what happened was they fell on their face, but the angel wouldn't give them no name. Told them, look, worship God. And he did one thing, he just disappeared on them. They like, this wasn't no natural man. Now we get to that Hebrews 13, this is what happened with what you read again. Let's flip right to Hebrews 13, y'all. We're going to move on to let us understand the differences of angels. There's 3 levels of them. A human being could be an angel or a messenger of God. Understand where they are in that line. Then there are the angels of God. And then there's the angel of God, which is Christ. He's the chief messenger. He's above all angels. When he comes and give a message, the other angels bow down. We have to understand that clearly. Yeah, you can call a man a God, but the psalm tells us you may be called a God, but you won't die like me. Every God they show you got an L. Superman got what? What's his L? Kryptonite. Your God can't say. All their gods got something that hold them back. There's a reason for that. So you don't fall short to them.
They look God.
They look Jesus. Achilles heel. You know what I'm speaking of.
Where we got it?
Yeah, I got it. Okay.
Well, the Hebrews, and this is just telling us, be careful. And the only way you're going to understand the angel, you have to ask the questions that Manoah and his wife is asked. Ask a simple question. Are you here representing the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob? Look, the Muslims going to tell you it's Abraham, Ishmael, and Muhammad. The white Jews will tell you it's Abraham, Esau, and the Edomites. The white Jews. And then you got the true Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, of which we are from. Somebody's lying about who's the blessed seed. You got Ishmael over there warring in the land because they're saying the land belongs to us. We truly, Abraham's firstborn son, by Hagar, his handmaid, Ishmael. That land belongs to us. You got Esau. He's saying, I'm the firstborn of Isaac. Esau and Jacob born. Esau was the elder. Then you got Jacob, the twin of Esau. Esau was born red and hairy all over like a hairy garment. This is the first time the Bible describes the color of a man. The very first time. Say it was red all over and hair was all over like a hairy garment. This is why the so-called Jews or the Caucasian race, because all of them descended from Esau, spend the majority of their time in tanning booths or hair removal products because Jacob was born a smooth man, dwelling in a city tent. Esau was a field dweller, liked the woods, liked to hunt. When you turn on hunting shows, who out there in the woods? They say his clothes smell like the morning dew. What we say when their hair get wet? But Jacob, a city dweller, dwelling in tents, and he was a smooth man. May have had a beard, but ain't no hair all over his back and in between his buttocks. And red, he just don't have no pigmentation. Everywhere in the Bible, ruddy is not red according to the Bible. Everywhere you see ruddy is tied to an Israelite. Everywhere you see red in the Bible is tied to Esau. Ruddy is blood in the flesh with pigment. It's almost a mahogany color. Red means it has no pigmentation. They can't tan for a second. Then it wears back out. You only read ruddy tied to David and Solomon. Red you'll see always tied to Esau. Isaiah 60, Genesis 25, 24. All these things. So we have to understand the color of a man. When it first spoke about him, it was to let you know there are two different nations. Then Genesis 36 chapter breaks down Esau's lineage. Exactly like Genesis 12 chapter breaks down Ishmael lineage. 12 princesses. Esau had 12 princesses, and then there's the 12 tribes of Israel. So the blessing is going through these 36 tribes, but to the 12 tribes of Israel going to be the head family. So this is why the Muslims now try to use Deuteronomy 18:15 and say it was talking about Muhammad coming. But Muhammad ain't never been part of the 12 tribes of Israel, so they come up with another tribe called the tribe of Shabazz that showed up 10,000 million years ago. That ain't in these scriptures about Muhammad. You ain't gonna go through all the children of Israel and go through Christ and then Ishmael jump in the lineage and take us into the kingdom.
Right.
That ain't happening in these scriptures. But they'll get it over on you if you don't know or you ain't studied. Let's get some more of it.
And we were speaking on angels, and it's described here in Hebrews chapter 13, verse 1. Let brotherly love continue.
That's right.
Be not forgetful to entertain strangers.
Y'all see that? What it say again?
Be not forgetful to entertain strangers.
Be not forgetful to entertain strangers. Understand that don't open your door up for everybody. Entertain is one different thing. He said the angel did once to entertain them. We got to understand the difference. Let's keep reading. Get it. Tell us what it means.
Again, verse 2. Be not forgetful to entertain strangers.
Right.
For thereby some have entertained angels unaware.
For some have entertained angels unaware. This don't mean just be, you have to try the spirits, like 1 John tells us. It could be an angel because angels gonna come with a message of the Lord. And everybody we read through the scripture ask them, what is the message? The Lord has said, thou shalt. First thing you got to do is think of these 613 laws. Is this angel telling me something void to breaking the law of God? If he tell you something way off the wall, you've been wanting twins, you're going to get them. You're going to put Octomom to shame. You're going to have 10 at one time. But we need you to take these drugs right here. That ain't from the law. Right. If it's causing law breaking, it ain't from the law. Because ain't nobody from the Almighty going to ever tempt you to break the law. Never. Ever. It ain't never happened and it never will. But it's on you to determine because Satan is masquerading as what? An angel of light. But one thing he ain't going to do, he ain't going to help Christ out. His job is not to help Christ out. It's to gain the soul of Christ and get him on his side because his punishment is already set. Let's get him on.
That concluded the thought on angels.
Now, I just want to get to the descriptions of Christ because they said it don't mean. They give me that Revelation chapter 1. Go hit also some Daniel, and we're gonna see that when Christ appeared, there's a difference in his earthly form versus his transfiguration, or when he's in his glory. Because when he's in his glory, you can't look at his face, nor the Father's face, or you'll be put to death because we'll make an image of it. We'll be selling it in the pawn shop. That ain't S.H. you starting that with it.
No.
Oh, okay. All right.
The book of Revelation, chapter 1, verse 1. The revelation of Jesus Christ, which God gave unto him to show unto his servants things which must shortly come to pass. And he sent and signified it by his angel unto his servant John, who bare record of the word of Yah, and of the testimony of Jesus Christ, and of all things that he saw. Blessed is he that readeth, right, and they that hear the words of this prophecy, and keep those things which are written therein.
Now we're going to drop down to verse 13. We just always read Revelation chapter 1, verse 1 through 3, because the churches tomorrow tell you stay out of Revelation. You don't know what you're doing. You got to be a learned man. You got to be a scholar to be in there. Them curses will jump off on you. But what we just read, it said you get a blessing if you read Revelation. It's not a curse. Let's get some more.
For the time is at hand. Verse 13. And in the midst of the 7 candlesticks, one like unto the Son of Man, clothed with a garment down to the foot, and girt about the paps with a golden girdle. His head and his hair were white like wool, as white as snow, and his eyes were as a flame of fire, and his feet like unto fine brass, as if they burned in a furnace, and his voice as the sound of many waters.
So it says his hair was white like wool.
I mean, beard and hair on his head.
And
white woolly.
His figure was like burnished brass. If you got a penny, a brand new penny, but you get another one, oh, it'll be dark brown or dark chocolate. I wish I had the two different ones. Or if you burn it,